So hey Nazim, what's up, man? What's going on?
Hey man, Esteban, what's up?
All good, man. Great talking to you finally. I remember when I first heard about you a long time ago with like I think it was like with from a friend, and then all of a sudden I saw your Alex channel, so I was like, wow, man, this is amazing. He's now crushing it. So for those who don't know, you tell them a little bit about yourself, your background, what you do, and we'll jump on the
Sure, well,
call.
my name is Nazim. I'm a Facebook marketing consultant. I started this journey, obviously, just like a lot of people, by having a regular job, and then I realized that actually I can do it for a lot of people. And over the past few years, I've been progressing and building my way up, advancing and getting more clients and kind of getting more knowledgeable in the field. So right now, I don't know, I'm 22, living in Prague, traveling on demand, and I have my own business. I have my clients, and I absolutely love it.
Awesome, awesome, man. How when did you get started like with business entrepreneurship, and when was that like point where you finally like saw like success or something that you
Yeah,
were happy with?
yeah. I, Back in school, I never liked finances. I knew I wasn't going to be an accountant. That's for sure. I was too. I wasn't quick enough for engineering job either, too. Um, I really liked it because it was creative and stuff like that. And around age of 19, I believe I got an internship in a
Mhm.
company for marketing. I quickly progressed to having a paid job, but then after a few months in my 20s, I was like, oh man, it's very draining. You know, the environment wasn't necessarily um, enjoyable to me. So I just decided, with advice from a friend, I decided to register in forums, and I got my first client like a year something ago, and it's been over a year now, getting clients, getting more advanced, businesses grow.
That's awesome, man. And now you're running a six-figure business, right?
Yep,
Wow.
I actually hit the six-figure month like mark like past month or whatever, something like that.
Oh wow, that's
So
amazing,
it's a
man.
long time building. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and it's good. I think just jump on the internet and start a site, and then all of a sudden, like in 2 months, you're gonna be making six figures. It's a process that I think most people, at least it was the same for me, man. I think everybody just wants things like if we could make like $1 million by tomorrow, why not? But it's a process, and a lot of people watching this maybe are also struggling with this, especially like with a mindset side that they want things fast and they want to get everything now, and it's just it doesn't work like that. It's all about, like I always tell people, like for me, for my perspective, it's all about consistency and like putting in the work on a daily basis, because it's the same, like because recently I set my goals for 2017 right now, because I think like if you set them up like on New Year's Eve, it's just stupid, because then it's just first of the year and you don't really have a plan, and then it just doesn't work out. But anyways, I set them and I was like, so all of this, this huge, this amount of money that I have to spend on advertising per day to get my following to this size, my list to this size, my group to this size, and but what's the basis? So on a daily basis, it's like putting out a video, posting on social media, emailing my list, and just spending this amount of money on advertising. And if I just do those simple tasks every day, maybe I'm not gonna hit the goal, or maybe I am, but at least it's gonna be closer than if I don't follow those simple steps. So like I think it's all about consistency, putting in the work on a daily basis. What do you think from your experience?
Yeah, because I totally agree. Because most people think that success is this big rah rah speech you give, and then you watch these movies with like in the back room, and the coach is like, "Yeah, let's go, let's do it," and you get inspired as shit, and can I?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, and you're like, "Yeah, let's do it." But in life, it's not like that. There were times that I didn't get enough sleep, and that's not a stereotype. That actually happens with people who have goals and are working and being consistent. There's a set of things that you have to do, regardless. whether you like it or not. I know that in modern culture, entrepreneurial, people are like, yeah, follow your passion, do only things that you're passionate about. But in business, sometimes you gotta do things that you may not like at that moment, unless until you have the leverage to kind of delegate those tasks away. And this is what I've been able to accomplish, in the past months since I was getting more successful.
Hmm.
But in the beginning, I was doing everything myself, and it was a set of daily habits. It's reading. Obviously, I mean, I'm still learning, but back in the day, I'm pretty sure you can agree with me. There's so much more to learn. So was it Socrates who said, I know that I know nothing? I still honestly believe that thing, but when you're starting out, there's so much shit you
Yeah.
gotta know. It's so much, and you have to like dedicate a lot of time to learning. And something very important, and then obviously sending proposals, contacting with people. Those are little habits that you must do. It's not gonna do it for you, so you gotta
Yeah.
just suck it up, bite the bullet, and do it.
Yeah, yeah. I remember when I was starting out, like, and by any means, I'm not saying or making people assume that I made it or whatever. I'm just like, I just consider myself starting out actually. Uh, anyways, even though some people might think otherwise, but I remember like when I was just absolutely new. Um, when even like learning that if you could like get someone on Facebook chat and offer them something and they pay you on PayPal, I would just be like mind blown, like wow, like just like that. So it's like, and then it's just like when I was starting with Facebook ads, it was like, okay, you have to set up the ad sets on the campaign. I was like, what? The ad sets? So it's like, and now we know a lot of stuff, but then it says that the more the more you the more you realize that you don't know anything or something like that.
That's true.
But it's true because I was with my mentors and we were talking about a new strategy that I had no idea on how to apply. Reverse engineer him, doing research, but I just couldn't make it click. So we got on a call and he explained me the stuff, and I was like, man, yeah, this is so smart. So I set up the strategy that we were talking about, and now it's crushing it. But now that I didn't have before, it's simple, so easy. But because I know the information that I didn't have before, and I think it's like that with what, like if I like that's why if you lost everything right now, you could just build it up again much faster than if you're starting out because you have the information. So that's why I think everybody should always yourselves, because it's the only thing that separates people from results is just it's knowledge.
True, true.
Yeah,
I agree. Building skills, it's very
yeah,
important. A lot of people are too busy building businesses, perhaps. They forget that you got to build a skill. And for you, I think building a skill was crucial. Like with marketing, it's a skill. Sales is a skill. Being great at Photoshop, design is a skill. So I think it's a very good. You're making a good point. Plus, building and starting with a skill that can kind of feed you, even while your business is in ruins. God forbid. It is very important.
yeah. Far. So you where are you from, by the way?
I'm from Azerbaijan originally. Capital is the Baku. It's basically, if you Google, because some people have troubles recognizing the country, but it's basically,
Yeah.
on the border with Russia, Turkey, Iran, I think. Um, yeah, it's there, but I've moved here to study to Prague, um, and then I stayed. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So
Well, wait. Give me a second. Where are you from? Like, are you from? I don't want to be ignorant, but let me guess.
yeah, I
Because
guess yes.
obviously, I swear to God, I don't know. But is it Colombia? I'm not sure, man.
No, no.
Argentina?
I'm from Costa Rica.
Oh, okay,
It's
cool.
like it's like
Alvaro is from Costa Rica too. Yeah, yeah, good.
I don't know exactly if this is correct. It's like Colombia. I think there's some other countries, and it's like uh I don't know which countries. And it's Spanish. It's like
Hmm.
it's in Central America. But actually, I'm gonna be hopefully traveling to Colombia this next year because I really wanna go there and just learn, get to know the country. I think traveling for me, I'm not like a materialistic guy. Obviously I push in that sense, but I love traveling. Like for me, money is just for traveling. Like that's the best way to spend money, in my opinion. What do you think, man?
Mm, I'm gonna be a little bit controversial on this one,
Yeah,
but I
it's just
think people
my
will like it.
opinion.
Yeah, yeah, just keeping it real.
Yeah.
I was traveling for 2 months. Before this, I came back a week ago. I went to Romania and then I went to Poland. While travel, I was still doing work, still closing sales and getting results to my clients. But I think ultimately there are two ways is traveling. I think it's more like you want to experience the world as it is, get to know yourself, not be bored by and build a business, a lifestyle business, so to speak. But and still, like, is that true? And but still build like a solid business and help business owners. Am I
Well,
right?
actually, I have. Here's my plan. So my plan is for next year just to travel the entire year, like a lot. But then my plan is on 2018 to just like settle down here in. I mean, I guess in Costa Rica and just like build an office and just scale the business to a huge business. But next year I have a huge goals, but it's for traveling because I think if I don't do it right now, I think you just have to take advantage of it. You never know if you're gonna be able to do it again. I know I'm gonna be able to do it next year. So yeah, basically, long story short, my goal is for 2017 to just travel, experience, build up my brand because I'm really big on YouTube. That's one of my big focuses. And then on 2018, just like build up the corporate side, build up the office, employees, and just grow the business side. So I think that's what you're doing right now.
Yeah, more or less, more or less.
Awesome, awesome. People just watching this call, like the recording software has been on and off, so it's been crazy. But it gets to an important topic that is like imperfect action, because we could be like, oh no, we're gonna film this over and over. It's like I'm just gonna upload it as it is, like whatever, because people are still gonna get value. And it's like recently before the call, I was editing some videos, the weekly videos that I'm gonna be uploading from my YouTube channel because I prefer to do like a batch work and just not do have. And I realized the camera was like a bit down, so instead of just like being like it is right now, it was like over here, and I was like, shit, man. And I'm really like I like things to be perfect, but I was like, no, no, I'm not, there's no way I'm recording these 3 videos again. So I was just like, is people like are people gonna get value from this? Yes or no? So it's like yes. Like screw the angle. It's they can still see me. They can still see. I'm just gonna put it out there. And I think imperfect action is one of the things that stops people from getting results. They try to make everything perfect. Like at least when I got started out, I try to make my blog like the perfect blog, and then I was like, yeah, nobody's coming to my blog, so this is just stupid. And then I think it starts by taking imperfect action, seeing if it works, because if they scale it, before investing a bunch of time, effort, and money into something that you don't even know it's gonna work. Yeah, so Avicii posted a photo before 2 years before he exploded, and
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He posted like, "Hey guys, can you please listen?" And then what's funny, after 2 days he posts again like, "Nobody listen," and there's like and he explodes. You know, a lot of like Conor McGregor, he's very big right now. I love the guy, and
yeah,
he also there screenshots of him posting and yeah, remember me? I will be UFC champion, and people are like, piss out, the hell out of here. Who are you? You know.
yeah.
Um, he was in the cage fighters promotion at that time. Yeah. So I guess what I'm trying to say, all I started obviously. I don't want to put myself at the same comparison as McGregor or Avicii, but that kind of gets the point across as well. You starts at some point, and the most persistent. But I don't want to say like, yeah, you just gotta be persistent. You gotta be smart too, man.
Yeah.
Like a lot, like entrepreneurship these days is glorifies the persistence, which is important. But you gotta work your brain too. You know, you gotta be smart. If you spoke about that, work smart. Now, he exactly said that. Your brain too. You gotta always be out on the look. for smarter ways and stuff like that. Connor is a great fighter. He's an amazing fighter, but he's smart as hell too. Like he negotiated good terms with the promotion, and then he was promoting the fight. Um,
Yeah.
he's a good fighter in the cage. He works hard, but he also very smart. He presents himself, and I'm sure that's the case with a lot of people. You know?
Yeah, I think there's some people that say like, oh, you just have to work smart and leverage and it's like no, you have to also work hard. Like I don't know anyone that's successful that doesn't work hard. Like it's just not possible. But you also have to be smart as well. Like if you're an idiot, it's just not gonna work out. It's like there are some people that work really hard, like, but that's not gonna make them rich because it's not in a path that's gonna make them rich or achieve their goals or whatever, unless that's your goal. I think everybody there. I think there's also a big misconception that people have that people that make it or are successful, uh, they are special or have something else, but they don't see like when they were just exactly as them, like on the forums, just like trying to get a bit of attention and traction and all of a sudden, and the consistency starts piling up, and then it just explodes. But it's that path of staying that most people can't achieve. They just quit like, in the first days when they don't see results. So I think that's a really cool tip for people that are just starting out, that they have to understand that the results won't come at first. First, you have to put in the work, and then you see the results. And I think the more you get into entrepreneurship, you realize this because on the you have a job, you go to the job and you don't even have to deliver that much results, and you still get paid. But in here, you have to before you see the results, like knowing that eventually you're gonna get paid. It's like having confidence in yourself that that's gonna happen, even though you don't really know. And eventually, once you start seeing a little bit of success, it happens. Like this is actually one of the tips that I resonated most with Tai Lopez. He says like the when you start, the key is like to have a bit of success, just small, gaining more confidence, setting up small goals that you can achieve, because then now I'm gonna try to hit this bigger goal, and put a huge goal, and you never achieve it, you always failed because you never hit the goal. But if your goal is small, then you hit it and you achieved it, so you have more confidence that you can achieve bigger stuff.
That's true. I completely agree. I actually have one more point because it's really cool that you said this one thing where you said like you go to job and you may not even necessarily work that hard. I'm not trying to. I'm pretty sure people who have jobs are working hard as well. It's just their path. We're on our own path. But if you want to become an entrepreneur, I think there's this one thing not a lot of people speak about, and that is being having high resistance towards ambiguity. You know,
Yeah.
like people want. Actually, I think a lot of people mention it, but they don't emphasize it. Where you have to have such a high resistance towards like ambiguity of life and not certainty and stuff like that. It's crazy. Like at sometimes for example, it was, in the past when I was starting out, I wouldn't have rent money. But I wouldn't freak out that much. People would like, oh my god, people are really, really addicted, to not comfort, but like stability and stuff like that. And especially if you're young, it's that I don't. For me at least, that wasn't the way to go because I mean, unless you're like really, really old, um, like this is they screw if you want to be an entrepreneur and do all that stuff on your own. If you want to have a job, that's awesome. Like hell, 60-70% of my regulars, and we go for drinks, we talk, I love them, I hug them every time I see them.
Yeah.
But those want to it, you have to be really, really resistant towards um, uh, uh, not having stability, and just keeping the eyes on the prize and having this one big goal in mind. So yeah, I just wanted to speak about the ambiguity for some reason because this is something that helped me a lot. I would never freak out over financial stuff. Like yeah, again, like even if I had to pay for rent very soon, I don't have the money, yada yada, which is not a good position to be in, you know.
Yeah.
But oh yeah,
Yeah, man, and I love that you're talking about this topic because especially right now that we are young, I'm 22 as well. It's you just have to be realistic. You have less responsibilities than when you're gonna be 40. Maybe you have kids and a wife. Right now you don't have anything, and some people and we are lucky because some people they have kids or whatever, but it's just the way it is. Like you have to play with the cards you're given. That's it. If you have money, that's awesome. You said if you don't have money, I mean you can't do anything about it. You just gotta play with what you have. But but yeah, I agree. Like it's hard. That's why I love talking with entrepreneurs and doing calls like this, um, because you're like it reinforces your mindset that you're not alone in this. Because sometimes, at least since we are marketers, well, at least me, dude, I never leave the house. I'm like, I wake up, I work, I go to the gym, I go back to the house, I work, and I go to sleep, and that's all I do until the weekend when I hang out with my friends. And yeah, most of my friends have a job, or I just graduating from high school, and dude, it's fucking crazy. Like some of them are studying super expensive colleges in the U.S. like entrepreneurship, and I'm like, and they finish and then they like search for a job, and I'm like, the hell, man, like
yeah,
like why don't these
yeah,
like it's better to.
yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just stupid. I think so. Well, but anyways, only one of my friends has a business. He's starting a business. Um, in California, and actually I'm gonna be moving with him next year for a couple of months. But actually that's one of the points of traveling. Like if you're traveling with people who are just like drinking every day, partying it out, it's different than if you're traveling with a group of entrepreneurs as well. But that's another topic. But yeah, having not having stability, I think it's just a perspective because if you have a job. You don't even have stability because then you can get fired and you don't have like many skills and you don't know how to get money and like the last three Uber drivers that have taken me somewhere, they're driving Uber because they got fired from their job and they have looking for another job like for 6 months. Like people from 50 years old, they don't even know how to make $1,000. Like you don't have to be a millionaire, but if you don't know how to make like $1,000 in exchange for a service or a product, then like you're fucked, man. Like imagine being like 50-year-old dad with a family you don't even know how to make $1,000. It's man, it's scary, you know. But if you just start developing the skills, maybe you still don't know what the future is gonna bring for you, but you have skills, you have connections, you have a network, so it's almost impossible for you not to be able to make money. And but yeah, it's crazy because most of my friends they just have a job and they just like, I mean, a lot of them want to make money and have a business and stuff, but they don't take the action. And what's really scary is that I know like in 10 years from now, 5 years from now, maybe I'm gonna be in a really good position. You as well are gonna be in a really good position, and a lot of entrepreneurs, but they're gonna be like making like $1,000, max $2,000 a month, and like in 5 years we're gonna be 27, and imagine just like making $1,000 a month. Maybe we're gonna be doing the same, or maybe we're gonna be broke, but we have the experience, we have the skills, we have the connections than those other people didn't build up in those years that are the most important years. Like from here to 30, I think are the key years where you just gotta build up the skills and build the connections. Because if you don't, like you're still gonna be able to work in an office for the rest of your life. Why are you start? Why are you doing it right now? Like unless you are working on a job for a specific purpose, then yes, like I'm not saying having a job is bad, but what I think it's wrong is that most people have a job because that's what they just should do, not because they really want to have it.
Yeah, I mean it's a choice, obviously, for everybody. And like I told you, like I have a lot of friends who are okay having a job. I mean, they don't mind. You
Yeah,
know, they like it. They like the stability, and they're like, yeah, I like my job. I like my lifestyle. But to say, like my parents, by the way, and like a lot of people's parents, that having a job is more stable than doing your own thing is super wrong. This is how I look at it. With have when you have a job, you have one client, basically the company that is hiring your ass.
yeah,
With me, I have multiple clients, and if God forbid something goes wrong we run to disagreement, and we part ways with some client, I have a few others. All right, and then I have the spot, and I have already quite a few people who want to fill out the spot. Okay, because I've built my name, like you said, over the past years. While with one single employer, he fires you and then you're done. That's it. And I was having this conversation with a friend of mine back in Poland. Basically, his situation is his company is relying 90% of his company's income, literally 90%. He's running like a six-figure business.
Mm-hmm.
90% is dependent on this one company that outsources the job to him. And then I told him, like, you don't really have like a real businessman. You're just a big freelancer. Because if that company quits, like, find somebody cheaper, then all 90% of your profits just go to, like, they vanish, they extinguish, and all that stuff. So, and I told him, I would way rather, and I mean it, like every single word in the sentence. I would rather make 50K out of 5 clients that pay me 10K than, let's say, 90K from one client. I really mean it. Really mean it.
Yeah.
And that's how I look at entrepreneurship and having a job. Having a job is more scary to me because there's this one guy. Like, God forbid, if your manager's an asshole, you're doomed. Your whole life depends on the mood of that person. He doesn't feel it, he comes and he fires your ass.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm exaggerating. It's not as bad, but I'd way rather kind of be in charge of my destiny, if that makes sense, and work with multiple clients.
Yeah, exactly. And now that you have skills, you can even start expanding. Like, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm working with clients. I have my own e-commerce store. I do one-on-one coaching, and then I'm just launching my product. So let's say next month client work is terrible, but I have my own product and I have my coaching and consulting. So even if this doesn't work this month, I have this too. Or if then maybe I don't want to do any more one-on-one consulting that month, but I have my clients. So it's safer, and I think one of the really key habits is saving money, because at least for me, like this year there was a point like where I had like $10 in my bank account, and it's tough. And then the last months have been really great, so I've saved up all of my money, like in an account that I can touch. So it's you feel secure. You feel secure because you know that you have money there, and you're not like living month to month. So I think saving and just having the habit is really important, because it gives you more confidence to do more, take more risks, because you know you're not gonna be on the streets in the next month, like just being like super dramatic. And I think regarding whether you're an entrepreneur or have a job or whatever, I think that most people don't save and don't have the habit, and they just spend all the money. So, and I see it like with people that have a lot of money. They have a lot. They do make a lot of money, but they don't have it because they like a lot of my some of my friends or people I know, parents, have really high paying jobs. I don't know how much money they have, but I can assure you they don't have like that much money in the bank, because they have like a huge house payment, huge cars payment, huge expenses. So maybe you save more money than them, even though you make less. Just an example, but because you're not spending your money on stupid shit, you know. So
Oh,
it's
I do.
about
Oh,
saving.
I do.
Like I don't
I do.
even,
It's funny.
yeah,
It's funny that you bring this up because I'm completely guilty of doing this. Completely. Like my mentor, I'll just tell you a quick story. My
yeah,
mentor, he's like, Nazim, and I think at a time I was making like 2K a month or something. He's like, Nazim, you gotta start saving money. And this is actually what my dad has been telling me all my life. But like when your dad is like that, your dad is telling you a lot of things, and sometimes some
yeah,
things go like this. And my mentor is like, Nazim, you gotta start saving money. I'm like, 2K. I mean, 2K ain't shit. Like, what am I gonna save from 2K? He's like, even if it's $15, save those $15. It's a habit. I'm like, no, no, no. When I make 4K, then I'll save. He's like, okay, all right, cool, all right. So like 2 months go by. He's like, how much you made, Nazim? I'm like, 4K. How much you saved? I'm like, nothing, you know. And then it's like, come on, dude. And then he had me read this one book that changed my entire perspective, and I still reread it every month. And I suggest that you read it as well if you haven't yet. The Richest Man in Babylon.
I haven't.
Dude,
I'm gonna read it.
oh, it's so good. The book, I literally read 20% of the book. I read nothing more than that. I didn't even finish the book. After 20%, first 20%, I was like, oh my god, I've been fooled. I was acting foolish. I was so stupid for all these past months. Like, dumb. And then I started saving money and stuff like that, and I'm doing exactly the same thing you do. Where, you know, and go back to the other point you made.
It's just developing the habit, because when I started out saving, I was like, I saved. I think my first deposit was like $300, and I was like, yeah, man, this ain't shit, It's just $300. But now I have more money saved up, and it's like, yeah, it's like time passes really fast. So that's something I've realized. Like, and all of a sudden, you either saved up or you didn't, and it's just gonna be New Year's Eve right now. But in no time, it's gonna be New Year's Eve of next year. And if you have the habit of saving up, you're gonna look at your bank account and you're gonna be like, nice, I have a bunch of money saved up. But if you don't, then it's just gonna disappear. Like, I don't put money aside like a bank account. I don't touch. It just disappears. I don't know if it's magic or something. It's just gone, man. I don't know where. So that's what I do. Like I'm always broke. Like I'm not broke, but I take all my money, and I don't and I can touch it. So I always have the same amount of money. So I need to make more money, because if I don't put it aside, I spend it. So it's like for me, I love sweet stuff like dessert. So if there's no way I'm not gonna eat it. But if there's no dessert, I don't even. So it's like the same with money. If I have it, I have to spend it. But if I don't have it, then I don't spend it. So it's pretty crazy. I just love having money saved up. Like, just knowing it's there, saving is really important. I'm gonna read the
Yeah,
book, but yeah.
yeah, the dessert, this dessert example is really like hit the nail um, in the head. Um, like, and actually, I learned a bit from you right now, like at this exact moment, where you said, although I make money, I'm still a broke bum because I save all the money I make in the account. Because my excuse was, oh well, I will save money um, whenever I start like earning a lot more, right? But wait, I think I lost my. Basically, like I'm trying to put all these pieces together, but basically, the mindset that I think I'm going to implement from now on is all the money I put into my savings right away, and I still don't have money, and I have to hustle, keep hustling harder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like you earn money and now you have money. No, you kind of like take, okay, cool. You put it in the savings, and then like, oh, nothing again. Hustle on, hustle on. It's like you don't have money almost. Whatever I spend, I just put in that Excel spreadsheet, and now I can see,
Mhm.
what I spent on, what I shouldn't have spent on, and stuff like that. So yeah, for the guys who are watching this video and want to do it right, I think having an Excel spreadsheet with your cash flow,
Yeah.
with your earnings, and with whatever you've spent and what you spend it on, that having that list is very essential, and you don't have to have an accountant set my things up in 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Earned, spent.
Yeah. So the key is,
This is the point of it all.
yeah,
Of
like, listen, if you're watching this, you're always gonna be broke, like, no matter how much money you have.
Exactly, exactly.
No,
No, you
obviously.
shouldn't become Scrooge from the Christmas Carol either.
Yeah.
Like Ebenezer was his name. Ebenezer Scrooge.
I don't know.
Don't be that either. And that's why I was talking about philanthropy and all the other good
Yes.
things. Spend those money on that, not on Ferraris and shit. Well, Ferrari actually. I would like that.
There's always a time for different stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, man. But that's awesome. I think everybody that watches this video is gonna get a lot of value out of it because it's just real, man. It is what it is. It shows the story and people gonna see it's not easy. It's just like something cool that I know people see from these calls are that they see people are just the same. They just have more skills and Facebook ad skills, and you have sales skills, make connections for the clients, and that's the only reason they don't have. They are not in your position. But that's it. Like you're just 22-year-old guy, same as me. Might don't even know where it is, and same as me. It's like a small country, like 5 million people. But there, if you're online and you have skills, you can do anything, man. That's it. Love it.
True. Just think, chasing shiny objects. Learn a decent skill. Sales is a good skill. Marketing is a good skill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Awesome, Nassim.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for being on the call, man. I'm gonna be, yeah. Thanks for being on the call. It's gonna be uploaded probably today, actually. And again, we're great.
Thanks
Finally
for
meeting you
having
in
us.
person, man.
Yeah,
Hope
like
we actually
we've
get
been
to.
connected. Yeah, all over here now, and
Yeah.
sometimes like you shoot me a message, hey, what's up? How's business? And I shoot you back, and but it was this was really good. Honestly, I had fun.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, like back in the day, and still I am watching a lot of. And hell, like exactly, like this is so good that you're doing this, um, where it shows that people a lot of people, the biggest obstacle, biggest mind block for people is like, oh well, he's different than me, yada yada. This limiting beliefs. But then you, hell, like, have you seen this video that Zuckerberg posted?
No, which
Mark,
one?
is his name Mark Zuckerberg?
Yeah.
Is he Mark? Yeah, yeah. He posted like in his backyard grilling, like cracking out stupid ass jokes. He's a normal human being,
Yeah.
but a lot of people will be like, no, Mark is made out of different cloth. Mark has like some skills that are superior and he
Yeah.
developed and yada yada, but still a normal human being on Sundays. That's all. That's
Yeah.
all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and even though you're not gonna be probably the next Mark Zuckerberg, we're just talking about realistic goals. Anybody can start a six-figure business about billions of dollars. That's obviously that's next level, and that's maybe you have to be from
Just
a different cloth to make billions of dollars. Who knows? Building a business that you don't have to have a job and just provides you with the freedom you want, and anybody can do that. Absolutely.
yeah, man. Exactly.
Awesome, man. Awesome. More about you, your services, everything.
Yeah, basically, my Facebook is one, and then I have a website and I have email. My email is nazim@legendblackbelt.com. My website is Legion. I need to rearrange a few things there, but it will pretty much give you a basic idea of who I am. But honestly, I just like Facebook and just chatting people up there, so you can add me there as well, no problem.
Yeah.
And if you want a business inquiry, just send me an email.
All right, awesome, man. I'm gonna be including the links in the description below, so people can contact you on Facebook, on your email, and go to your site. Actually, I read a blog post about some lead generation strategy on your site that really helped me out a lot. So I appreciate it as well for putting out the content, man. And yeah,
That's
check
awesome.
Nassim's site, contact him. He's a great guy, and he's gonna help you out. So thanks for being on the call again, man.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.